Hello everyone, I'm back with another video. Today we're going to be ranking the doctors. I'm including the War Doctor. So thanks to all of you who wrote really nice, encouraging comments. Yes, I will be doing more videos such as ranking the companions and my thoughts on Jodie Whittaker being the 13th Doctor and much more than that. But for now, let's get right into it. At number 13, we have the War Doctor. The War Doctor, it's not his fault that he's my lowest in rankings. I don't think he had the best character. And he definitely wasn't there long enough. Maybe if he was there a bit longer, he could have developed his character a bit more. Along with really good doctors that people like, such as Matt Smith and David Tennant, he just didn't look all that good. As I said previously, his character wasn't developed properly. I didn't like it. But what I forgot to mention is that I respect all these actors for keeping Doctor Who running for 50 years, over 50 years, and I respect all these actors. And it's not their fault if, it's not really their fault if they're ranked low. It's just because there are other actors that are better than them. Okay, at number 12 we have Sylvester McCoy. Yes, I'm sure you're all surprised, but I don't really like Sylvester McCoy. I haven't seen much of him. There are only 2 episodes that I thought were a good concept and I liked, or maybe Silver Nemesis. Oh, whatever. But yeah, there was Silver Nemesis was okay. There was The Curse of Fenric, which I liked, and there was Survival. They were good episodes. But I think in its first half, the 7th Doctor was acting a bit crazy, a bit cuckoo. I suppose he kind of made up for it in his second half. I just didn't like him all that much. Okay, at number 11 we have Paul McGann. Same as John Hurt, really, the War Doctor. Paul McGann didn't have enough time to shine. He really could. His character was there. He had a medical surgery and then regenerated. I don't like how he didn't have the whole movie to himself. I think that mini clip he's in on the BBC, flawless. I think it's probably the best mini clip ever. I think he should have had more time as a doctor. He's a great doctor. Take someone like the War Doctor or Sylvester McCoy to have a little short TV movie about him. But the 8th Doctor could have been so much more. And that's why I have to put in this low in the list, because I really liked every second of that TV movie. It's just that he didn't have enough time to shine. He only saw the Master. Maybe other people would have appreciated if he'd met the Daleks or if he'd met the Cybermen. Anyway, moving on to the 10th place. In 10th place, we find Colin Baker. Lots of people would rank Colin Baker as their least favourite Doctor. However, I strongly disagree. I think he's a great actor, and I think he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. It wasn't his fault at all. I think there was one episode that I remember, the Great Healer being Davros. I can't remember what it's called, on Nectros or something, but I think it was a good episode. And Colin Baker, I suppose he was a bit maybe ambitious, a bit arrogant, strangling Perry, yeah. Maybe he wasn't the most likable Doctor, but he definitely wasn't the worst, and he could have been higher if he was like a Doctor nowadays, people would like him. And I want people to, in my video, even though I'm ranking this low, I want people to see he's a good actor, and he's worth watching it, definitely. At number 9, we have Matt Smith. Yep, everybody come and scream at me. You can hate me if you want, but I just don't think I like him that much. Moffat just stuffed him up, really. Season 5 was okay. He was playing the role of the Doctor well. However, season 6, season 7, too ambitious series. What can I say? I don't really like him. I think he could have been so much more. If but I think the episodes he's in, like Amy's Choice, I can't believe I even considered it previously as in my best possible series. It's a really bad concept. A monster made out of psychic pollen. No. Um, the episodes were bad. The endings were bad. It was all complicated. Um, it wasn't Matt Smith's fault. It was Stephen Moffat's. So that's why he's that low in the ranking. So from now on, this it's been harder and harder to separate the doctors. So at number 8, we have Peter Davison. I haven't seen that much of him, so that might impact why he's so low in the list. However, what I have seen of him are 2 amazing episodes. Earthshock, where Adric dies, hands down one of the best. And I think one of my favourite episodes of classic Doctor Who, maybe even modern Doctor Who, both put together, is The Caves of Androzani. That's the best of Peter Davison. You can't say you like Peter Davison if you haven't watched The Caves of Androzani. He's playing his best. I think his regeneration scene is great. And I think he's an amazing actor. He plays the Doctor very well. My only criticism of Peter Davison is his cricket out suit. I don't really like it. I mean, him being young and everything, it kind of makes sense. I just don't like it. At number 7, we have Peter Capaldi. I want to put him higher. He's a great doctor. Don't get me wrong. But I think he's so low in the list. Well, not so low, but he's lower in the list because of Clara. Clara, for me, overshadowed the 12th Doctor in Series 8 so badly. So badly. You didn't get to meet the character of the 12th Doctor in his first series. All you see is Clara, Clara, Clara. That's it. I think he played really well in episodes with Bill and Nardole in it. So that was great. Season 10, I think it was. I think that's a really good season. So yeah, watch it. It's really good. But because of Clara, he's lower in the rankings than I would like him to be. At number 6, I had a very tough choice. My second hardest choice was between number 5 and number 6, but I finally decided that number 6 should be the 3rd Doctor, played by Jon Pertwee. He's great. I like him. He's just great. I have to say myself, I thought that a doctor being stranded on Earth and can't go in time, can't go in space was a terrible concept. However, how wrong was I? He was great. In lots of his episodes, even his companions were great. He wasn't overshadowed. But I reckon some of his stories are very underrated, such as the Ambassadors of Death. But I have to say that I think my favorite episode with him in it would be the Green Death. I loved it. Perfect. Nothing to change. However, maybe he was a bit too, because he's on Earth, he should be a bit more human-like. But I like how he always builds gadgets and tries and fix the TARDIS. I think it fits in his role really well. So, well done to him. He's great. At number 5, we have Tom Baker. Yes, it might come to a shock to you guys that Tom Baker is ranked at number 5, because I'm sure all of you would probably, he's the obvious choice at number 1. However, I think he's still a really good Doctor. The Pyramids of Mars, flawless. Genesis of the Daleks, flawless. Great, I love him. I think, but the only impact is that he and the producer argued a bit, and I think that impacted on his acting a bit. However, still, thumbs up, well done. At number 4, my hardest choices to distinguish between number 3 and number 4. So number 4, I finally decided to put Patrick Patrick Chapman. If you asked me tomorrow, I would probably have changed my mind. But today, I think Patrick Chapman is my fourth favorite. He's lovable. Likable. Um, he's a bit of a coward, which we haven't seen in the previous incarnation, or now really. None of them are really a coward. And I think the real star of the show is when he is talking to the Time Lords, telling him about all the monsters he's faced in the war games. I think it was a real emotional moment when he had to say goodbye to his companions at the time, Jamie McCrim and Zoe Heriot. But I really liked all his episode with the Cybermen. The only thing is I really wish that not so many of his episodes were missing. Which is a real shame because he's a great doctor, and he had some good companions. At number 3, we have a doctor that pretty much everyone would rank as their least favorite or one of their least favorites. We have the man who started it all, William Hartnell. I get why people don't like him. He's not super likable. He's a grumpy old man, but I think that he improves his attitude throughout his 3 years of the Doctor. I think he plays really well. I think he's a great Doctor to start with. I really respect him for starting it. I don't think anybody would have started Doctor Who as well as William Hartnell would have done. I think some of his episodes were good. Remember, this is in 1963. No special effects, no LED lighting or anything. But I think that the concept behind lots of his stories were great, and we'll never forget this emotional speech that he delivered to his granddaughter Susan when he said goodbye to them. So that's William Hartnell at number 3. At number 2, we have Christopher Eccleston. Great Doctor. I loved every single one of his episodes. Rose, The Unquiet Dead, World War III, Aliens of London, Dalek, Parting of Ways, Boomtown, all of that. Great genius idea. He did really well to bring the show back on air. Nothing I could have improved about him. It's a shame that David Tennant's in number 1 spot for me, because he's the second best Doctor by far. He beats, I think, all the other 12 Doctors by far. He's great. I love him. However, at number 1, we have David Tennant. Lots of people don't like his lovey-dovey relationship with Rose. However, as you've seen in my previous episode, that Doomsday is my favorite episode finale. I think I really like it. But he's played so well in all the finales. Doomsday, Utopia, The Sound of Drums, the other one, Journey's End, Stolen Earth. Great. And he's fantastic in The Waters of Mars. His best episode by far, I reckon. Well, one of his best episodes by far. I love David Tennant as a Doctor, and that's why he's number 1. And now just to recap, we have number 1 David Tennant, number 2 Christopher Eccleston, number 3 William Hartnell, number 4 Patrick Chapman, number 5 Tom Baker, number 6 John Pertwee, number 7 Peter Capaldi, number 8 Peter Davison, number 9 Matt Smith, number 10 Colin Baker, number 11 Paul McGann, number 12, we have Sylvester McCoy, number 13, we have the War Doctor. And that's it. Thank you so much for listening. I will be doing more videos. So have a good day. I'll see you in my next video.